Feel the comfort of tonight's tale as it brings you rest. Euphorbia and Flower, a tale of compassion. This story is about Euphorbia, a kind-hearted girl, and Flower, a tiger, who share a deep bond through acts of compassion and create a sanctuary of peace in the forest. In a lush, green forest, on the edge of a peaceful village, there lived a gentle-hearted girl named Euphorbia. She had long, flowing hair that mirrored the golden rays of the sun and eyes as deep and serene as the ocean. Euphorbia had a way with nature, her touch so gentle that even the most delicate flowers thrived in her care. Every day, Euphorbia would walk through the forest, tending to the plants and animals. One day, she heard a soft, distressed sound coming from a dense thicket. Pushing aside the branches, she found a small tiger cub, trembling and hurt. The tiger cub had beautiful, vivid orange fur with slick black stripes, but was injured and in pain. Euphorbia approached slowly, her voice a soft whisper. "Hello, little one. My name is Euphorbia. I won't hurt you." She extended her hand, showing the cub she was a friend. The tiger, which she later named Flower, flinched at first, but soon sensed Euphorbia's compassion. Flower allowed her to come closer. Euphorbia carefully examined Flower's wounds and decided to take her home to nurse her back to health. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Euphorbia and Flower developed an unbreakable bond. Flower, once the vulnerable cub, grew into a magnificent tiger. Despite her size and strength, Flower remained gentle and loyal to Euphorbia. They spent their days exploring the forest together, with Flower always by Euphorbia's side, protecting her from any danger. One warm summer evening, as the sun set, casting a golden hue over the forest, Euphorbia and Flower stumbled upon a small, frightened rabbit caught in a hunter's trap. The rabbit's eyes were wide with fear, and it struggled to free itself. Euphorbia swiftly moved to the rabbit, her hands working deftly to release it. Flower watched closely, understanding the look of determination on her friend's face. Once the rabbit was free, Euphorbia cradled it gently. "You are safe now," she whispered. The rabbit gave a small, grateful squeak before hopping away into the underbrush. As the days went on, Euphorbia's reputation for kindness spread throughout the forest. Animals from far and wide came to her for help, and she never turned a single one away. Each act of compassion strengthened the bond between Euphorbia and Flower, and their love for each other grew deeper. Years later, Euphorbia, now known as the guardian of the forest, stood tall and proud with Flower at her side. They had created a sanctuary of peace and love in the forest, where all creatures lived in harmony, thanks to the pure heart of Euphorbia and the protected spirit of Flower. And so the tale of Euphorbia and Flower became a legend, a reminder to all who heard it that compassion and kindness can create unbreakable bonds and transform the world into a place of love and harmony. Now, we continue with another gentle story. Salvia and Marigold's New Beginnings. This story is about how Salvia and her parrot Marigold embark on a magical journey to bring joy and harmony to a mystical realm. Once upon a time, in a small village skirted by woods and hills, lived a kind-hearted girl named Salvia. Her auburn hair glistened in the sunlight, and her emerald green eyes sparkled with curiosity. Miss Salvia had a gentle way with every living creature she came across. Her best friend, however, was a vibrant parrot named Marigold. Marigold's plumage was a brilliant array of reds, oranges, and yellows, reminiscent of a flower blooming in spring. The villagers adored Salvia and envied her bond with Marigold, for the parrot often sang the most beautiful melodies that echoed through the valleys. Marigold was not just any parrot. She was a wise creature, full of stories from faraway lands. And one morning, as the first light of dawn seeped through Salvia's window, she awoke to find a letter lying on her bedside table. The letter was addressed to her in golden ink, glimmering with an inviting enchantment. It read, "In it we watch it, my dear Salvia. The time has come for you and Marigold to embark on a journey of new beginnings. Beyond the forest lies a realm in need of your kindness and Marigold's wisdom. Will you accept this calling?" In with hope and the enchanted counsel, and Salvia's heart thumped with excitement. She knew deep down that this was the adventure she had been waiting for. Without hesitation, she shared the news with Marigold. In the next day, with a small pack of essentials and Marigold perched on her shoulder, Salvia set off into the forest. The greenery around them was lush, and the air was filled with the scent of pine and wildflowers. They traveled for hours, their path illuminated by the warm, dappled sunlight filtering through the canopy above. Salvia felt a sense of serenity wash over her, bolstered by the comforting presence of Marigold. And after miles of walking, they arrived at a clearing, where a great tree stood, its trunk adorned with intricate carvings and its branches reaching high into the sky. At the base of the tree was a wooden door, its golden knob glinting invitingly. With a mixture of trepidation and exhilaration, Salvia opened the door. And they found themselves in a magical land brimming with vibrant flora and luminous creatures. The air was alive with the sound of rustling leaves and chirping birds. From the distance, a group of ethereal beings approached them. They were the members of the Enchanted Council, their presence warm and welcoming. One of them, Lavender, stepped forward. Welcome, Salvia and Marigold. We are grateful for your arrival. Our realm has been in disarray since the disappearance of joy and harmony. We believe your kindness and Marigold's songs can restore what we have lost." And Salvia nodded with determination. "Nearly everything we can to help." Days turned into weeks as Salvia and Marigold worked tirelessly to spread kindness and joy throughout the realm. Emmy's gentle nature and Marigold's enchanting melodies awakened the spirits of the land. Flowers began to bloom again, and the once silent forests hummed with life. In one evening, as they watched the sunset paint the sky with hues of pink and gold, Lavender approached them. "You have brought hope back to our world. For that we are eternally grateful. You are welcome to stay as long as you wish." Salvia glanced at Marigold, who swallowed happily. "Thank you, but our home is calling us. We will always cherish the time we spent here." Take care to leave. The Enchanted Council presented Salvia and Marigold with a beautiful crystal that glowed softly. "This is a token of our gratitude. May it guide you back to our realm whenever you wish, wishing in hearts full of memories and newfound friendships." Salvia and Marigold bid farewell and returned to their village. The journey had changed them, filling their days with purpose and joy. And so they continued to live, their spirits forever intertwined with the magic of new beginnings. Let's begin another chapter in tonight's journey. Geranium and the Winter Spirit. This story is about a young man named Geranium developing a magical bond with a winter spirit named Lily, who ensures the safety and beauty of the winter forest. On a serene winter night, tucked away in a quaint village nestled by the whispering woods, lived a kind-hearted young man named Geranium. With hair the color of autumn leaves and eyes that mirrored the tranquil morning sky, Geranium had an aura of peace that was beloved by all who knew him. He lived in a cozy cottage, with a chimney that puffed out soft curls of smoke, giving warmth to the crisp air of the cold winter evenings. One evening, as the stars began to twinkle like countless diamonds scattered across a dark velvet sky, Geranium decided to take a walk in the enchanted forest near his home. A forest, blanketed in a silvery frost, looked like a land of dreams. The trees stood tall and proud, their branches adorned with delicate icicles that sparkled under the moonlight. As he ventured deeper into the forest, Geranium heard a soft, melodic voice singing a tune that seemed to resonate with the very soul of winter. Entranced, he followed the voice to a small clearing, where he found a young woman standing amidst a circle of snowflakes. She wore a gown made of shimmering ice, and her hair flowed like frozen snow. Her presence was otherworldly, and Geranium could feel the magic radiating from her. "Hello," Geranium called out gently. "Who are you?" The young woman turned toward him with a warm smile. "I am Lily, the winter spirit," she replied, her voice as gentle as the first snowfall. "I watch over this forest, ensuring that it remains safe and beautiful during the coldest months." Geranium was fascinated by Lily and her role as the guardian of the forest. They spent hours talking about the wonders of the winter season, and Geranium shared stories of the village and its people. Felt a deep connection with Lily, a bond that was both comforting and magical. As the night grew colder, Geranium began to shiver. Seeing this, Lily gently wrapped him in a warm blanket of snowflakes, which miraculously provided warmth and comfort. "You should return home, Geranium," she said softly. "The forest can be dangerous at night, and I wouldn't want anything to happen to you." Reluctantly, Geranium agreed. "Will I see you again, Lily?" he asked. Lily's eyes twinkled like the stars above. "Whenever you need me, just listen to the whispers of the winter winds and I will be there." With that, she disappeared into the forest, leaving behind a trail of sparkling snow. Feeling an overwhelming sense of safety and peace, Geranium walked back to his cottage. From that night on, he felt a special connection to the winter forest and its guardian, knowing that as long as Lily was there, the village and its inhabitants would always be safe. The story of Geranium and Lily spread through the village, becoming a cherished bedtime tale reminding everyone of the beauty and safety that comes with the winter season. And whenever the wind whispered, they knew that Lily was watching over them, her gentle spirit protecting the land they called home. And now, let's settle in for another gentle story. Euphorbia and Lobelia, the heartwarming tale in the forest. This story is about a kind-hearted human named Euphorbia and a happy gnome named Lobelia who find friendship and joy while taking care of a magical forest together. In the middle of a vast enchanted forest, where the trees stood tall like ancient sentinels, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of pine and wildflowers, lived a kind-hearted human named Euphorbia. Euphorbia had hair as golden as the summer sun and eyes that twinkled like the morning dew. She loved the forest deeply and spent her days exploring its hidden nooks and crannies, befriending the creatures that called it home. One particularly bright morning, Euphorbia stumbled upon a small clearing she had never seen before. At the center of the clearing stood a tiny house made of twigs, leaves, and flowers. Sitting on a particularly comfortable-looking mushroom was a small, very happy-looking gnome named Lobelia. Lobelia had a beard that was as blue as the sky and eyes that sparkled with mischief and joy. "Hello there," Euphorbia exclaimed, with a smile. "I don't believe we have met before. My name is Euphorbia. Who might you be?" The gnome jumped up, adjusting his tiny cap, and offered a bow. "Greetings. My name is Lobelia, the happy gnome. I've been living here for as long as I can remember, tending to the forest and spreading happiness wherever I go." From that day on, Euphorbia and Lobelia became the best of friends. They would spend their days exploring the forest together, discovering new plants and animals. Euphorbia learned that Lobelia had a special gift. He could communicate with the forest creatures and even understand the trees and flowers. Every morning, Lobelia would sing a happy tune, and the entire forest would come alive with joy. As the seasons changed, so did their adventures. In spring, they planted new flowers and watched as they blossomed into a riot of color. In summer, they cooled off in the sparkling streams and dappled sunlight. Autumn brought the crunch of leaves beneath their feet and the sweet smell of apples, while winter blanketed the forest in a peaceful silence, broken only by the crackling of a warm fire in their cozy little houses. One winter's day, as snow gently fell onto the forest floor, Euphorbia noticed that a large oak tree near her home had fallen. "Oh no," she sighed, "this tree was home to so many animals. What can we do, Lobelia?" With a twinkle in his eye, Lobelia replied, "Don't worry, my dear friend. The forest has a way of healing itself, and we can help it along the way." They gathered their animal friends and started to plant new trees around the old oak's resting place. Days turned into weeks, and eventually young saplings stood tall where the great oak once stood. The forest thrived with their help, and every animal had a place to call home once again. Euphorbia and Lobelia continued their lives in harmony with nature, always finding joy in the simplest things and teaching others to do the same. Years passed, and although Euphorbia grew older, the forest and her friendship with Lobelia never withered. They became legends among the forest creatures, symbols of kindness and unity. The forest remained a place of magic and wonder, forever touched by their love and care. And so, as the sun set behind the verdant trees, Euphorbia and Lobelia sat together, watching the fireflies dance in the twilight. They knew that their story, much like the forest, would live on in the hearts of those who cherish nature and friendship. Thank you for listening. May your night be restful.